Welcome to Beginner's Guide for the C programming tutorial videos. Welcome back. In today's tutorial, we are going to discuss about switch condition in C program. So what is switch condition and what it does in C program? This switch condition is the alternate method of if else or else if statement. Actually, what this switch condition does in C program, it allows us to execute the multiple operations for the different possible values of a single variable called switch variable. I know it's a bit tricky to understand from the definition of switch statement. So let us quickly go through the syntax and the rules for us to have the switch statement in C program. And when we see the example program using the switch statement, we can able to understand the syntax and the definition for the switch condition, right? So don't worry about that definition. So now the syntax for the switch condition, we are going to use the keyword called switch. Then we are going to pass the expression. So based on the expression that we are passing, it is going to execute the different cases. If that expression is satisfy the first condition, it is going to execute the case 1. If that expression is satisfy the second condition, it is going to execute the second case. That expression is not satisfying the number of cases that we have in our program, then it is going to execute this default statement. Just like this default is like else statement. In if condition, if the condition is true, we will execute the if block. If that condition is false, then we will execute the else part, right? Here in switch, it's like an alternate method of else if or if else statement. So in switch statement, what is the use of this default? If these cases are failed, then we are going to execute this default statement. Don't worry about this syntax. When we see the example program, we will understand what is the meaning of the word case, or what is the meaning of the word break, or what is the meaning of the word default. Then there is a rule for us to have this switch statement in C program. Here I am going to give you just two major rules that you should know when you want to work with switch statement. The first rule says switch expression must be of an integer or character data type. So this is a switch. This is where we are going to pass the expression. So this expression must be of an integer or character data type. That is the first rule that you should know. Then the second rule. The second rule says the case value must be an integer or character constant. So what does it mean? This case 1, this is a value for the case, right? So this value has to be either integer or character constant. When we see the example program, we will understand each and everything about these rules and this syntax. So let us quickly write the program for us to print the number of days in a week. So integer, we are going to say the days in a week, isn't it? So why did I put integer here? Because according to the rules, this switch expression must be of an integer or character data type. So the data type that you are going to use in this switch condition, it has to be either integer or character. So let's say I'm going to use integer days. This is what I'm going to do, right? Then in the next printf statement, I'm going to ask my user to enter the days. That days must be between 1 to 7. This is just a message from my user, right? I hope you understand. So that the user will know they have to enter the number starting from 1 up to 7. Right. Then next one is the scanf. What is going to happen in the scanf? %d. What am I going to collect them there? I'm going to collect that days which was entered by the user, isn't it? So that will be collected through scanf function. Then the next one, now I need to write the switch as a keyword. So go back to the syntax here, switch and then followed by expression. What is expression here? The expression here is the days, which is nothing but I'm going to get that days which was entered by the user. So the expression is this particular name of the variable, because that is where I'm going to collect the days which was entered by the user, right? So the expression is days. Then what is the next step here according to the syntax? Case 1. What am I going to write them here? In case 1, I'm going to print if the user entered, because I'm going to ask my user to enter the days between 1 and 7. If the user enter 1, it is going to print this respective statement, which is nothing but Sunday. If the user enters 2, it is going to the case 2, it is going to print Monday. Let me copy and paste so that I will explain you later. Okay, here I have written 7 cases. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5 up to 7. For the case 1, I'm going to print Sunday. Case 2 is the Monday. Case 3 is the Tuesday, which is nothing but, as I told you, switch statement is an alternate method of if else or else if condition. So what do we do there? If that condition is true, we are going to execute that body of the statement. If the second condition is true, we will execute the body of the second statement. If the third condition is true, we will go and execute the third statement of that particular if condition, isn't it so? So what is the disadvantage? We need to write the condition each and every time for us to check that condition. To avoid that, we use switch condition. So we are just going to enter the number once. So the program is going to compare from the cases and then it will print that respective message. For example, if I enter 1, say okay, it has to print the statement whatever which is found in the case 1. If I enter 6, it will straight go to the case 6, then it will print the respective case. Then if I enter 7, it is going to the case number 7 and then it will print that respective thing. What if I enter anything else apart from 1 to 7? What if I enter some characters or some special symbols or something like maybe a number starting from 10 to 11, whatever? What if I enter something else apart from 1 to 7? In that case, in if else condition, we write else. If someone made a mistake, we usually tell them to say you have to enter, you have to do only this and that, right? So that statement has to be done here using default. So what it does is almost like an else condition. So here I'm going to say in the printf, maybe enter the value between 1 to 7. I hope you understand what it means, right? So what is the use of this default statement? This is like a warning message to our user to say they are allowed to enter only the numbers between 1 to 7, right? So let me compile and run, then we'll see. Enter the days. Let me say I'm going to enter 1. So when I enter 1, it's supposed to print me Sunday. When I enter the value 2, it's supposed to print me Monday. When I enter the number 3, it's supposed to print me Tuesday. When I enter anything else apart from 1 to 7, it's supposed to give me this warning message to say enter the value between 1 to 7. So let us quickly run this one so that we will see. Okay, enter the days. Let me enter 1. So when I enter 1, I need to see Sunday as an output, isn't it so? Now let us see. Instead of Sunday, it is printing me Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, almost everything, starting from the case 1 up to the default case. But it's supposed to just give me Sunday, isn't it so? Because what is the mistake here? We need to include the statement called break in every cases, so that when this case is true, it will only execute this part. If you don't include this break after every cases, it is going to continue with all the cases. So what it does, this break statement is the one which helps us to break that particular case. When you enter 1, it is just going to print this case 1, then it is going to terminate that case. When you enter the option 2, then you have to include the break statement every after the case for you to complete that particular case. I hope you understand what I mean. If I don't include the break, it is going to print all the cases. So make sure that you have to include the break statement every after the case. That is a reason why even in the syntax there is a break. But if you don't include the break, it is not going to give you an error. Instead, it will give you something else as a result. Maybe you expect to be printed something, but as a result, as you can see them there, instead of Sunday, it has printed everything, right? Now I have included the break statement in my program. Let us check what is going to happen. Let me compile. I am going to enter 1. Now it's just Sunday. It stopped printing the other cases because I have included the statement called break there. What if I enter something else apart from 1 to 7? Let me say I'm going to enter this hash. Enter the value between 1 to 7, just because I have entered something else apart from 1 to 7, because in a week there is only 7 days. That is the reason why if the user enter anything else apart from that given condition, you have to pass the message through this default statement, right? Then we have seen the 2 rules. First rule, switch expression must be of an integer or character data type. As long as you can say these days, as you can see them here, these days belongs to the integer data type. Can be either integer or character. What if I put float? When I run this one, it is going to give me an error because you are allowed to use only integer or character data type. That is the first one. What is the second one? The case value must be an integer or a character constant, which is nothing but this is a case. This is a case value. This value must be an integer or character constant. If I put instead of 1, if I put 1.0, what is going to happen? Let me run. It is giving me an error because this one has to be either integer or character data type, right? I hope you understand. Now we have seen this example using the data type called integer. Let me use the character data type, which is nothing but char, because we are allowed to use both integer and character, right? So if you use anything else apart from integer or character, it is not going to work. So you have to make sure you have to use either integer or character. What have I done? I have changed this data type as a character. Again, according to the second rule, it says the case value must be an integer or character constant. So before in that other example, I have used the numbers. Here I have used characters. As you can see them here, A, B, C, D going up to G. Why these things are in the single quotes? Because we know this belongs to the character data type. So when you assign the value for the character data type, it has to be in the single quotes. That is the reason why this A, B, C, D, I had put them in the single quote, just because they are character. So when I run this one, when I enter A, it is going to print me Sunday. When I enter G, it is going to print me Saturday. But when I enter something else apart from A to G, let's say I'm going to enter H, enter the value between A to G. So according to these rules, the switch expression must be of an integer or character data type. The second one says the case value must be an integer or character constant. I hope now you understood how the switch statement is working in C program. For more tutorial videos, kindly subscribe to Beginner's Guide.